Alright, I want to do a quick unboxing of this. I know it's not a lot to it, but I'm hoping to get playthrough of this really soon because this is able to be played single player. Now this is a small box game. You could call it tiny in size. Let's see. Instruction manual looks very colorful, detailed. Lots of pictures of the cards with explanations, so that's good, and it's in color. I've had a few that were not in color, but storage bag. Nice chunky wood pieces. Let's see what they look like. Not sure if it's colorblind friendly. I have a red and a green. Blue, yellow, white. And then the cards. So the insert's just a simple little divider, and it's a little bent. No big deal. Little screwdriver there. Get that started. Let's see what we have here. Cards are not very thick, but they have a nice feel to them, and they have white around all the edges, which, as you know, I love. I love that with the cards. If you're going to be mixing and scratching and get a few scratches here, it doesn't really mark the card, although these are two-sided. Now these you could mark, and it'd be some problems. You wouldn't want to get these marked. So we have a plant icon, and then it looks like different tech with different values, but they are numerical. So I would assume that they are in a stack, and it wouldn't matter. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Looks vaguely familiar. So then we have a light bulb, which would be like innovation thoughts or something. We have, again, they're in numerical order, so I bet they just go that way. This must be like a first player card or something. We have, what is it, science, same thing. They're in numerical order, so don't believe that's going to matter as far as if they get a little scratched up. Oh, here's the solo game. If I can get that in focus. There we go. Ah, come on, focus. Sorry about that. There we go. Cool. And then we have a water drop symbol. So this must be for water production on Mars. Then we have the solo game scoring for the dummy. There we go. And again, I'm not sure what that symbol is supposed to represent. Now these are all, sorry, I got them upside down. I'm checking them out. These all have a value of 0. You have a dome, a double biodome, quad. So different structures. So I will have to check in the instructions. I may not need card sleeves for this at all. They are thin. You can't be real rough with them, but they have a nice feel, and they have white around the edges. So cool little game for, I think, roughly 15 bucks. You can't really beat that. So not sure what this is going to be used for. I may just have to hold on to that because I'm not sure if the entire stack of cards would fit in there, and then if it did, it wouldn't fit in there very well. So The manual should be enough to keep them from sliding around too much. But anyway, wanted to show you that so that I can get a playthrough of it for you. So we are about done setting up. Here I have, this will be the computer robot player, and this will be me, the blue. I have this one figure here that it didn't cut cleanly, so I don't know, we'll call that like a metal or something. He's the captain, so that will be my player that starts on the ship. We start with 1 energy. The computer robot player actually starts with 5. They're not exactly colonists, but settlers on their ship, and only 2 here left on Earth. And then there are a few different rules to the way you play. So let's start with this player. Oh, it looks like I have no choice. They are going to have 2 purple plans or projects underway. So now I get to draw 4. And I swear I shuffled this, but I have 2 green and 2 black. Now, if I play a card out of my hand, this is the action it will take. And there is a small hand icon right there. It's not wanting to focus good. And then right here is this little box. That is if it is a project on the table. Now, in a multiplayer game, you could play anybody's project blind. Just play it. And they would get this benefit, but then you could activate one of the planets' locations. But here, I have to choose which of these do I want to take the hand action or the project action. So let me look at these for just a moment and be right back. So I think this is what I've decided. This will let me launch one of my colonists from Earth. If I have a card in hand, well, I will have. And this one, I can use 3 energy, which I do not have right now, but hopefully I will in the future. And I can move one of my colonists from my ship to any building of my choice, and we'll get to that later. So put these down, and that leaves me with these, so I can move 1 colonist from my ship to a building of my choice. So that's going to be great. And then this one, I can take the top card from a building of my choice and put it in my hand. So if I play this one first, and I can get some colonists on my ship, so I can play this, get the card back, and I'll have this back. So then once I move a colonist over to my ship, that will help me get them out on the locations quickly, because that's where the points come from. Now, we are ready, and I believe I'm ready to go ahead and take a turn. So let's start with playing this card. So let's go over to the building locations and show you how that works. We have the buildings playing area here, and unfortunately I cannot get rid of this glare. Maybe I'll set a box there. So you play a card to this module. So we're building this building here. You can see the schematics for what it is, and it will go to the greenhouse because it is a green. Okay, so we'll look at all these as we play. This has a value of 3, and since there's no card underneath it, 6 is bigger than 3, yes, so I can trigger this ability. But first I would trigger the ability of the card. So I get to move 1 astronaut from my ship to a building of my choice because it has the hand symbol. And since I played it from the hand, I do that. I immediately get to take my captain and put him in a building. So I'll put him in this building. Why not? Now, since the 6 is higher than the 3, I can trigger the building special ability. And it says, I may move 1 of my colonists from a 1-star location, which can have infinitely many people, to a 2-star location, or someone else's. I can degrade them to make them lose points in a building of my choice. Well, right now there's only 1 on the board. That's me. So let's just move me over here. Oops, meant to show you this. And in a 2-player game, there can be only 1 colonist in this section at the end of the game, or at any time. and a 3 or 4 player game up to 2. So my colonist is now there, getting me, at the moment, 2 points at the end of the game. So that would be my turn. And I'm going to zoom in closer as we play to the buildings, and we will look at their special abilities as we play. So let's go back to my hand now. Now, this time I don't really have a choice, but you'll see later in the game that in a one-player game, you have a big choice to do. I only have 1 card. I have 2 modules, 1 card in my hand, that's 3. You're supposed to always have 4, so in a multiplayer game at this point you would draw until you had 4. Now if I had played one of these, I draw, then choose which card and put 1 down. Once they are here, they must stay there until they are played. You cannot move them. But I only have 3 cards total. But instead of drawing here in the solo play, I must draw from here. I have purple, and it's going to be refilled by purple. So unfortunate for me, I don't really have a choice. Let's take a chance on this one, and we have a 2. So if I play this as the first card down, it's not larger than a 3. I will not get the building bonus. Unfortunate, but there it is. That leaves him with a purple. So here we get to move one of his colonists from Earth, if there are any remaining, into his spaceship. Well, he is really stacking them up. And then we would refill as such. So I'm going to rewind just a little bit. I need to do things in order. So let's put this back and show you the proper order. We take the top 2 cards. That helps cycle through the deck a little faster. They're still going to get a purple, so that doesn't matter. Then, since they have a purple here, we take one of these and put it on the purple building. Then we would flip this over. That way I can have some information if I decide I want to go for that. Then, since this is purple, we will trigger the special ability here rather than over in the building that they just built. So that will just simply move their last colonist there. And if they don't have any to do that, they just won't do that action later. Then we fill that. So now it is our turn, and I think I'm actually going to skip the card phase's turn. I'm simply going to move a colonist to my ship, because all of my actions that I'm wanting to take will allow me to sell a colonist, and I need a colonist on my ship to do that. So now let's see what happens for the AI when you take that action. And their turn is really simple. If they have 2 cards here, you burn these top 2, and that is their turn. They don't take any actions if their module's full. So that bought us a little time. So now I can go into playing a card. I want to play this one, so let's slide over and check out that building. So the black building, the habitation building, works a little bit differently, which is strange. It's called the habitation, but you actually don't put any colonists there. I guess this is where they live, not work. I don't know. But it has this weird little symbol here. And it says move 1 colonist from your ship to a building of your choice. But you can never have colonists on this location. You can see the astronaut helmet symbol with an X through it. So you can never have colonists on this card. But it has no value, and all these cards have a 0. So we're going to trigger that building. But first we trigger the card. Take the top card from a building of your choice and put it in your hand. Excellent. I will take this 6 back and put it in my hand. Then I will trigger this. Move 1 colonist from your ship to a building of your choice. Well, if you remember, last turn we skipped drawing a card so that we could move this to a ship. We're going to slide him right down here into the blue building. And it always goes into the first spot. So let's go back to our hand and see what we're going to do. Now it's end of turn, and we have 4 cards. Normally we would have to draw up and draw from here, but we don't have to. We have 4 cards. So the card that we played really kind of saved us a turn, because he has 2 cards here. He will not take a turn. He will simply burn 2 cards, And it's right back to us. And I think, again, I'm going to skip a turn to move a colonist to my ship, which means he will burn 2 cards. And you know what? Why not be a jerk? Because those robots are mean and evil. We're going to do that one more time. He will burn 2 cards. Now it's back to us. And why don't we... why don't we just do this again and get us another colonist out? That sounds like a plan. So let's go back over to the board and see what that looks like. You start off by playing the special ability from the hand symbol on the card. So I get to move one of my colonists from my ship to a building of my choice. Well, let's move one right over here. And we'll stick it on that building. Now we get to, since 6 is higher than 3, we get to activate this building, move one colonist from a 1-star to a 2-star, or from a 2-star to a 1-star in any building of my choice. So I'm just going to slide this guy right over here. Boom. That is our play turn. I said board, but I meant over here at the building location. So let's go back to our hand. Now I do only have 3 cards, so I must draw. And I'm actually going to take this one because I've been looking at the ability of it. We will look at that in a moment. That is my turn. Now it is back to the computer. He does only have 1 card, so he will take an action. But first, he will burn, or they or it or she will burn through 2 cards. Then we flip over this module just to have some information. Ooh, it's 6. Then we activate their ability, and if they have a DA here on Earth, they move it to the ship. They don't have one. So they are done with their turn. I'm liking this. Then we refill just like that. Right back to our turn, and I am going to play this card. That way I can take another colonist from Earth and gain energy. Now, we haven't seen energy come into play yet, but some of these cards require you to pay, oops, I've knocked that around, pay certain amounts of energy to use their abilities. So let's go ahead and get some energy, get another colonist. Let's go over to the buildings location. So I'll do that off camera. I will now have 2 colonists on Earth and 2 on my ship. And it says also gain 1 energy, so now I will move from 1 to 2. And we will see that when the camera moves back over. I'm going to slide these down. This says launch 1 colonist from Earth. Well, I can't do that because 1 is smaller than 3. It's not larger than 3. So we'll stick those back. But I still got 2 with this card, and that's going to set me up for the next turn. But I wanted to show you that building because that was the first time going there. Back to my hand and the AI. I think I am going to take this one again. I like the power I can get later. And it will show us something new with him. So let's burn the top 2 cards for the AI. Now they have a yellow or an orange, or it is the energy bank. And it says, if it'll focus, overwhelming power. So let's see if I get that focus for you so you can read along. Increase the energy level of the DA spaceship by 2. And if it is full, then we trigger the blue water building. Well, we will not do that. We will increase their energy by 1, 2. That is their action. Now we will flip this card. Ooh, use 3 energy and move up. Ooh, move 2 astronauts or colonists from your ship to a building. But it's to that building. But still, that's amazing. Oh. Oop, and we were supposed to last time have moved a guy to the purple building. I forgot to do that. And this time to the orange building. I'm really trying to cheat this player even more so. But now we're good. They have 3 up there. We have 3.
So anybody screaming at the screen, I got that taken care of. Let's put that there. Got to remember to do that. This game seemed really easy up to that point. Now, I'm going to play this one. I get to draw 2 cards, keep one of them, add the other face down to the corresponding building. But if you notice, that's going to keep my hand full again. Yay! Okay, let's go over to the building. And I'm trying to block the glare as best I can, but we have the 2. So draw 2 cards, keep one of them, add the other face down to the corresponding building. Now, I don't know how that will work in a moment, but let's see. Draw the top 2 cards. Switch one card from your hand to your prep module. That could be useful. That might be useful, because right now I've got a card that's stuck. Move 1 astronaut in a building from a 1 into a 2 and get... Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. I like that too. So we'll put this face down. And since we're putting this face down, it won't matter. It's a 0. But I'm assuming, and this is the way I would play it, if this was face down, the top card now shows a 0. So every card you play would beat that. But I like this card. I'm going to take that. I get to keep it in my hand and put the other face down on the corresponding building. With the black, it doesn't matter. They're all 0s. Every card beats the other card and lets you activate that. But that could have been really helpful. That could have been something else to think of. But not going to do that. So I've triggered this ability. Now I get to, since 2 is higher than 1, we no longer look at this number. We only look at the last number played in that building site. 2 is higher than 1. I get to trigger this, and it says launch 1 astronaut from Earth. So when we go back over here, we will do that. Here is my new card that I drew. Hopefully get to use it, and we will move 1 colonist from Earth. And as you notice, they have 2 cards. They don't get to colonize. They don't get to use their special ability. We will simply burn the top 2 cards, which happen to be yellow. So if I want to use a yellow card, it's a good way to do that, is to steal one when I can. Now it's time to play this one, get me some more energy because I'm setting up for that card. So let's go back over to the buildings and play the purple card, purple 6. I'm going to build a satellite dish receiver, it looks like. So we are at the comms center, and we're going to build some kind of giant satellite receiver or signal. So we get to launch 1 astronaut colonist from Earth and gain 2 energy. So I will actually do that on camera and show you in a moment. But 6 is higher than 2, so I can launch 1 from Earth. Well, as you'll see, that is slightly wasted, but this will give me the 2 energy. So great play, great deal, I think. Yeah, I'm wasting one of those colonist movements, but that's okay, because you only have 7 in the game. Once 7 are out in the buildings, the game ends immediately, but let's get that 2 energy. Now, do I want the black or the yellow? This one really looks cool. Let's grab that. I may not have a chance to play all these. The game is going to run out quick, but over to the AI, those nasty robots. So we will burn 2 cards of the draw deck. We will flip over this module. See, search a card from your hand, swap a card from your hand with, ooh, yeah, okay. Now, let's see what he is going to do. Let's see. This could be dangerous. We're going to move a DA colonist from the spaceship to a building of our choice, and we try to score them as many points as possible, if there are any left on the ship. If not, move 1 from Earth. Well, we have cleared out all of our colonists from Earth, but we are going to move one of these over to a building. Then we will draw the top card. Let me go ahead and do that, and I will show you what it means by score the AI the most points you can. So there are 5 buildings, facilities here on Mars that we are trying to colonize. This one, you actually don't house the colonists during the game on there. But at the end of the game, if you have a colonist on every one of the other buildings, which I probably should have put this over at the end, but that's okay. So 4 buildings can hold colonists. If you have 1 colonist on each building, that is 3 points. But the AI, oh, I'm sorry, 2 points. But the AI would get 4. Now, if you get 4 colonists on just 1 building and take control of that building, you get 3 points, where the AI would get 5. So, here, if I did this, they would be 1 away from 4 points. But if I did this, they would be 1 colonist away from 5 points. And since I feel like that is more points, possibly, I'm going to put them right there. So they have 3 out of the 4 colonists. Ouch. I've already drawn up their prep area card, so it's back to our turn. Yeah, I took a quick look. It's really upsetting. I kept forgetting I needed to have a green card in my hand to really activate that. And I had that other green card 2 times, messed up. But I'm ready to activate this one. If I can get the card flipped over, I can take 1 card of my choice from the discard pile into my hand. Or I can use 3 energy and move 1 astronaut from my ship to a building of my choice. Well, since it is in a module, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 3 energy. Okay? And I currently have 4 energy. So, let's do that right over there. I really would have liked to grab the card because there's so many in there now. I saw a good one, but we're playing it from our module, so we're doing this. We will use 3 of our 4 energy, bringing us down to 1. We get to move a colonist from our ship to a building of our choice. Well, we definitely want to get over here so that we have presence in all the buildings. Plus, I have a little plan. But let's go back. Time for the AI to hurt us. I really like the ability to swap a card from my hand with the prep module, because the playing ability of this would now come in handy launching someone from my ship. But that means I would have to give up on this combo plan that I had been planning. So to play it safe, I will draw this one. Let's see. Draw 2, keep 1 of them, add the other face down. Nice. Or gain 2 energy. Both nice. Both very nice. Now, I have 4 cards, but only 1 module. I must place 1 of these here. This one gives me 2 energy, which is going to help me power up. I only need 3. Yep. That will be fine. I actually will have enough energy. This is going to work if I can survive. So the AI now will take their turn and destroy the top 2 cards or burn through them. If the deck runs out, you do shuffle. We may get to that, I don't know. Then they have the black card, so they will move 1 of these colonists to a building to earn points. So now they will be getting points. We will put this over in the comms center so that they will have 5 points, because that is 4 people in that module. And now they refill. Back to us, and I am ready to play this card. 1 of my colonists in the energy bank building from the 1-star to the 2-star and gain 2 energy. Excellent. This is what I want to do, and this is another reason I put 1 of my colonists in that building. Let's go take a look. When we had a chance to place a colonist in any building, I placed it here. So for one thing, I have a colonist in every building, but also now I can play this. The 5 is larger than the 3. Move your colonist that is in this building 1 star to the 2-star. Yay! Since I have a colonist there, I'm able to do that. And I will gain 2 energy. That'll bump me back up to 3. But since the 5 is larger than 3, I get to gain 1 energy. So I have plenty of energy now to play the card I need to play. But we have to go back and give the AI another turn. So let's see what they're going to do. Now, since they are AI, they have a predetermined program. We can manipulate that. If I take this card, they get to put a free colonist out on the board, and we have to put it into one of the other two buildings. One step closer to 4 points. So why don't we take this one instead? There it is now their turn. So they burn through the last two cards of the deck. Not a problem. They're on yellow. That means they gain 2 energy, and but they get to place a colonist on the yellow building. Well, that's no big deal because they already had one there. They're not able to get on all 4 buildings now. It's better than the black building I had to choose, and I had to space it out. This, it goes straight to that building. Oh, they are really whooping us right now, it seems. But they need to draw a card, and there are none. So let's take a look at how we do that. We need to make a new draw deck. So we will take the discard pile. Then we will take every card that lies underneath of another card, basically leaving the topmost card. Now we will shuffle this, make a new draw deck, draw up for the AI, and take our turn. So let's move back over here. Do shuffle these cards all together, and with the white edges that does help, but I do have some extra clear card sleeves lying around. I might use those. Don't know yet, but oop, yep, there we go. So let's cut them once and do that. Boom. And this will go here. Let's turn that deck like that, and we are ready for our turn. So I could swap a card if I wanted. Now at any time during the game, single player or multiplayer, you can look at the cards you have down here. That's just going to gain me 2 energy. This is going to move 2. So if I have to, I can do this, then that. Oh, I may not get them all out. But we want to play this one this turn. So we are going to use 3 energy and move 2 colonists from our ship to the energy bank building. So let's move 1, 2, 3, and 2 of these. So let's go over to the building site. So we will play this here. We used the 3 energy. Now we will get to move 2 of these colonists over to the energy station, energy bank. Since 6 is higher than 5, we can gain another energy back. And the energy bank location was just a tad off screen. And now I'm making a mess, but there you go. Gain 1 energy. We are really getting near the end of the game. Now I must draw a card. He does not have a player at this location, although that's not going to help him. It doesn't really matter what I do. I just could not get my last person out. So we take this card, doesn't matter what it is. They will burn the top 2 blueprint cards. Then they will move a colonist to this location. And since it is a yellow, they would gain energy. Alright. They have no more colonists. They are all out in buildings. So let's go look at the board. We will move this over and we will do the final scoring. There is a small misprint in the manual. Not a huge deal. Game end scoring. You score victory points using the same rules as the multiplayer game. See page 10. Well, 10 is a player turn example. The scoring is over here on 12. Not a huge deal. Alright. Any colonists left on Earth are 0. Any left in your ship are 1. Any out here on the planet in a building are 2 points times the number of stars you see. Now, let's do our score. We have 1 point. Each one of these would be 2, and this would be 4, because this is the 2 star. So that's 4, 8, 10, 14, 18, 19. And we had a person on each building, so that's 2 more. So 4 times 3 is 12, 16, 18, 19, 21. And I was 1 person short. I tried so hard to get this last person up here to have 4 people. That would have got me 3 points. But the computer gets more points because they're AI. They kind of cheat. They have 4 people here, so that's 5 points. But they did not get them all on every planet, which would have been 4 for them instead of 2. So they have 5. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 5 is 19. And they have no other points there. Then, the player with the most energy at the end of the game. Now, if it were a tie, everybody involved in the tie would get their points. And the AI gets 2 where players get 1. So, even when they were here, if I had taken the orange card from them and let them move a person here, they still would have gotten the points. It didn't matter. Would not have changed anything, but they had the most energy. They get the 2 points. So 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 5 is 19, 20, 21. 21 to 21.
So I'd said before that the AI was cheaters, and there is only one tiebreaker determinant in the game. Otherwise, everyone shares the victory. And the tiebreaker is the player with the most settlers on planet Mars in the different modules is the winner. And I had that 1 colonist left on my ship, so I lose the tie based on that. But anyway, that is Pocket Mars. Really quick, clever little game. I think it's awesome how the AI works. You can try to manipulate it to your advantage. It's really quick to learn, really quick to play. It actually surprised me how quick it went. It says it can play up to 4 players, and I'm kind of skeptical to try that. I'm interested to try it once maybe, but I'm afraid it's going to be too chaotic. Every player has 2 modules on the table and 2 cards in hand at all times. And you can play anyone's module on the table. They get the benefit, but if you want to activate a building and you don't have that color and you can't get that color, you can steal someone else's module. And that may end up being just too chaotic. I don't know. I think this game is really cool and clever as a single player game, and I think it'd really shine as a 2-player head-to-head because you're constantly competing with them on every facility on the planet. So competing head-to-head with the different modules would be fine too. But anyway, there you go. Pocket Mars. Really cool game. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough and come back and see some more. And thanks for watching.
I was excited to try this game, especially with the terraforming Mars craze and things going on. The theme almost does seem a little pasted on, but it is a pretty cool, clever game. The artwork on the cards, the things you're building, they don't stick around. You don't really build them. You recycle through the deck, and that was a little sad. You're not really building anything. It's just manipulating your pieces. But cool little game. Hope you enjoyed it.